worth my try on seeing another car museum that's home to one of the best brands in the universe. And no, it's not Volvo, even though I just went to it. If you could see that briefly, that was a Saab. They no longer make them anymore. They had a lot of financial troubles, and I think they went into bankruptcy within the early 2010s. And then, to be a former subsidiary of General Motors, they didn't quite know what to do with the brand itself. And thankfully, its history and legacy sort of lives on, but through a very niche set of car owners who remember particularly the way those sort of vehicles, I see another Saab right there, as far as they were designed. They're a bit low, well, you know, all Swedish vehicles tend to be low key compared to their German and Japanese counterparts, or British like Jaguar and Land Rover. You don't want to get a Jaguar, by the way, they are not very reliable. At least for the Swedish ones, they tend to be, even if Volvo is owned by the Chinese company Geely. I know Saab for a while was owned by Koenigsegg, or Koenigsegg. I don't know how they pronounce it. It's Swedish, Svenska. But that wasn't long-lived, and for the most part, it's just sort of a relic of a lost time. Most people who I remember had Saabs usually had like the ones from the 80s or the 90s that were sort of oddly shaped, that weird fastback design that I was a big fan of, that they used on the 900 and the 9-3, which I think is a masterpiece in terms of design. And hopefully I'll get to see it as I walk about 32 minutes away from my destination, so I avoid paying the bus fare to get there. But yes, I'm super excited. Here I am in the Saab Museum. It's absolutely wonderful. It's actually quite clean and stuff inside too. Unfortunately, you know, certain things don't last forever, but getting to see it as it's happening on the spot, wonderful. So I'm going to start here, just to be on the safe side. This is one of the oldest models, I think, that was made. 1950, weirdly enough. You wouldn't know it was a Saab because it doesn't have the Griffin logo on it. But there you go. Well, that was Saab Scania. I think Scania's still around. They make the HGVs. Well, my favourite one out of all of them, probably, well, that's the more modern versions, the 9.5. That was the last car they ever made. The 9.4 was essentially, I think, like a Chevy, something like that. They never sold them elsewhere. I know they sold them in the US and Canada for a bit, but it was badged at different layers, whatever.
Not, but there is one extra instrument, this one. This one tells you what the supercharger is doing. When the needle is in the white sector, the compressor, although spinning, is not supercharging the engine. Still learning. And that is exactly why I...
Jeremy Clarkson before he was Jeremy.
To learn about one of Europe's newest and most exciting cars, the Saab Turbo.
Unlike the great Volvo, they even tried to go with an electric van sort of concept as well. Like how boxy it looks as well. It's quite neat. I don't want to walk through the pastures of these vehicles, just in case if my bag or my clothing sort of hits and there's a little scratch, I would feel gutted. So I'm just going to keep my distance. I'm having a nice old look at these wonderful cars. I was wondering why they didn't make a station wagon version of this. I mean, it looks really neat. That's the sort of car my grandmother from my mother's side probably would have got. I think she was a Cadillac owner. I would put that in a police, procedural film, quite retro. That made for good programming. It's very sleek. It's not boxy at all. This is the one everyone sort of talks about, is 909-3 cabriolets. They're actually one of the most popular Saab type of models you still see on the roads. I'm not big on cabrios and convertibles. I generally would prefer there be some sort of hard surface covering. Also because it's a bit sporty, a bit middle-aged, life crisis. SVC. Oh, like the 9.5. Oh, for kept engine as well. E-power, so like electric. Yeah, this one didn't have lasting power because it was almost in the days like these two cars where they're facing financial trouble. So thanks a lot 2008 stock market crash and recession for destroying a once great company. What sounds like X-Files? There must be hearing things. Oh, this is my jam. Look at that. Oh, and even better, those are sort of 90s era Saab 900s and 9-3s, early 2000s. You know what's up. It's almost, like following upon the legacy of each model as it's happening. I should have got these damn toys when I was a kid. I just didn't. And that still upsets me. Now, even though I do like, there's that 909-3 design, that's a little too flashy. And for people who are a bit curious about this vehicle right here, that's not a Saab by chance, that's actually a Subaru Impreza. So, and that's a Cadillac. But this was because General Motors was working, so I've seen a few of these on the roads. That and I can't vouch for that because it's just not his typical Saab. That's not the Saab that I know, but it is part of their working lineup.
The safety belt on the reaper. This is the safest way of riding in a car. 50 milliseconds. Deformation is 65 centimeters. The driver makes contact with the airbag, which starts to be compressed. 65
And on Top Gear, if without interrupting too much, when they dropped a Saab from like on a crane hanging thing and crashing it, it still kept its body frame and the chassis wasn't really affected. So, my goodness. Now you don't have to worry about your insurance premiums being raised up, but it is considered a luxury vehicle and you pay a pretty penny for a car such as this on the roads. Correct. They made a WXD version, which was like their version of Subaru's Outback, Subaru Legacy Outback. They call it, at least in Saab speak, XWD. Volvo's equivalent would be XC, but this is one of their closest, which I think is just a beautiful car, a beautiful estate. The Saab 9.3 Turbo X 2008. Touch screen and the console's almost like that. It's almost like a pilot, and it just looks very sort of clean and pristine inside. It's almost a bit, as Jeremy Clarkson put it, I'm sorry to bring his name up, I don't really agree with what he said about Duchess Megan. It was made for the architect, with the chap with the thin specs and the polo neck. or the turtleneck, and he likes a car such as this. And now he's an Audi driver, so I guess, I'm not quite at that level yet. I'm not as educated as wealthy as he is, but one can dream. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to invest in a car like this just to show off. Just to show off. It's a more quiet a bit, the museum that they call the automotive, which is essentially like showing walls with the photos explaining the history of Saab in of itself and its legacy and the business deals that occurred. Utebivne, June, och, kinesiske, spekulatano. Kinesiska, like kinesis, starting, speculating, spekulatano. Och is and. My Swedish is terrible compared to my French. Sorry. Oh, I guess that's what it means. Missing salaries and Chinese investors. Oh. Speculators. Investors. Okay. Kinesiska. Oh. Chinese. What to believe in the lunar. Lunar, like, money. Salaries. Okay. The saddest of the walls presented. I don't know what that means, but the translation is it's a sad Monday as Saab files for bankruptcy. Merk, Mindig, Nair, Saab, Begares, Icon Cruz is bankruptcy. Or insolvency, if you put it into certain English terms. No, who did this exhibition? This one here. Rugi Saab. Roger. Lyric, you would think he was like some sort of 70s era actor, like Peter Fonda, or the guy from the Rockford Files. Women have posters of him, or Burt Reynolds. So sure, if you can legally show that, that's like private tax documents. And I do apologise if I said about Koenigsegg. It was Nevs that had some sort of ownership in trying to get Saab after General Motors. That was a failure in their bankruptcy. Nevs tried to step in, but at this point it's sort of lost of time. Best not to dwell on the past, so I'd like to make that retraction. My apologies. And I wasn't made aware of this. Word came to a whole Saab facility as they were worried about violence and xenophobia. And they staged like a protest. Oh dear. And then there was a fire that happened, so... I guess even the best of companies can have their moments where things turn black. And then turn to gold. So, yeah. Just as I finished going out of the Saab Museum and got myself one or two items just to show the people that wherever family members. There's an anime convention, really enough, that's happening nearby where the museum is. It's unbelievable. It's crazy, but I'm going to see it for myself and see what all the fuss is about. Free entry too. When I was in Nice, I had to spend about €12 just to go to something like this. Make some MXQ sounds while I'm here. Mixed with the Volvo beat as well. Really? Sorry, something went wrong. The scan that you indicate, because I put my palms there, indicates I'm a decent human being. The fake news machine is not for you. I mean, it's the liberal media. Charlie Kirk is a victim. I think we're all victims here in A lot of bad people's game. Don't cry. Hunchback. I don't think I can, because this is a Swedish dub of the film, I believe. Also, the film makes me cry, so I can't. I can't. And I love it. Car legacy in history as we speak. I know they had, their involvement in also commercial vehicles. These are some of the earliest ones that they had within this line here. So they're not like the cool looking ones from the 90s, but this is the ones people might remember from the rally driving, and then also that probably your parents had. In the case of this early 9.3 from 57, they said, "You can't drive a car harder than this," said Erik Karlsson after his victory in the 1800-kilometer-long Finnish rally known as the Rally of the Thousand Lakes. My Swedish accent's not very good. It sounds almost like Dutch, but you get the idea. I know they still have around those, the Scanias. Mr. Saab. Erik Karlsson. No relation to Tucker Carlson, that stupid host. We're talking about Erik Karlsson. Okay. Rally driving is in their blood in these Nordic countries. So I know Finland has a big scene of that. It's a Carlo and Monica. This bunch within the rally cars itself, the Saab 99 sports trimming, even though consumer model, but it's the way they modified it. It's got quite a sleekness of its own. That's from the German version. The Heuschmed Saab and Rally Team Sicherheit im Auto. This is the svenska Swedish version. Stig Blomqvist. It's quite contemporary because it has logos. Because I remember from when I was growing up, particularly the old Saab logo with the griffin with the bird on it, Findus, Dow. And that's nothing to do with the musician from Iceland. That's one of the rally drivers, Ted Björk. Modified Saab 93. Look at all these display ones as well. I would kill for one of these, but they probably cost a fortune. Oh man. Young me missed out. Even an interactive screen as well. They do permit people to touch it. Umpire might fail on this, but it doesn't hurt to try. Saab knowledge quiz. Test your knowledge. Alright, let's see. This very special prototype of Saab 900 is found in some... what is it called? They say it's Saab Safari, but it does have a design of... that's probably cheating a little bit because it's giveaway, but it's an interesting conversation. Which Saab? That looks like a 9000. It's got the tail on it, so I'm going to be on the safe side. I'll probably go. Let's see. Yes, I could be wrong on. Oh shit! I did get it right. Vilken av Saabs bilmöjlighet den distinkta design? My Swedish isn't very good, but to me that looks like what by Saab's car model has this distinct design. If I didn't see what it said in English, that's what I would presume that's what it said. Vilka följande benämningar användes inte per Saab under utvecklingen av bilmodellen som kom att heta Saab 9000. Oh, I'll probably. Is it this? Okay, close. It's new generation, not next generation. First Saab turbo long run was completed in '86, shown by the durability of Saab's turbo engines, but which car model was used during its completion? Well, to me, that probably would. Actually, there might be a bit of a giveaway from me here, so let's just say it's a. And yeah. Well, looks like I'm almost gonna get about 80% on this. And last one, what was the first production car by Saab? I'm gonna go on a whim and say it's the 9.3. Oh, it's the 9.2? Okay. Okay. I didn't pass, but. Probably for copyright reasons, I probably can't show much, but we'll show this one here. Oh, I always liked how it was in the middle of the console.
The new Saab 9000 CD. In the middle of the night of the 16th day, the fastest Saab rolled into the pits. With Ollie Grunlund behind the wheel, the car had just passed the 50,000 mile mark. The first world record had been broken.
I don't know how much these would even cost for, but I'd be more than happy to take one of them, especially like not the 9000, but the 900, 9.3s. They're my favourites. This one here particularly is a beauty. Look at the seats on there. Weird design, sort of fastback quality behind it. I bet you could drive quite well for what we know. Parking it might be a bit of a challenge because of the boot. Stands out a little bit, particularly because there is no steering wheel. It's just sort of a joystick in the middle where normally the parking brake would be, as well as several other consoles that you can use to manipulate the vehicle whichever way you want. Probably wouldn't pass NHTSA or NCAP standards anyways, because it's technology that's more used for planes, which Saab's been known for was aviation, not so much for vehicles, but it makes for interesting conversation. Permanently installed mobile phone inside? Oh, I certainly wouldn't pass NCAP standards. Using the phone while driving is illegal, my friends, but back then the technology was more or less limited to what you could get inside a car at the time. Interesting conversation. Oh, they've been quite frank here. Well, is it four-wheel drive? So it's essentially like Subaru. They do those sort of vehicles like that. It said, due to political reasons from GM Europe. Ouch.
Men dessförinnan skulle ett specialprov avverkas på natten på ett flygfält utanför Kiruna. Harry Bengtsson ligger bra placerat i kontrollen på järnvägsfältet. Men Fredrik Karlsson är dagens man, utan en buckla, utan en skrova i karossen. Gamle pansargeneralen Jatse kunde i mål hälsa svenska otimästaren Hammarbrunn. Någon rikspokal räckte inte körningen till. Och så en kram mot Cecilia Koskull som vann damklassen för 3:e gången.
Not, but there is one extra instrument, this one. This one tells you what the supercharger is doing. When the needle is in the white sector, the compressor, although spinning, is not supercharging the engine.